All right, let's talk about something that you use every single day, but probably never see. It's the cloud load balancer, and it's pretty much the secret sauce that keeps your corner of the internet from, completely falling apart.
You know the feeling, right? There's a massive sale, you're trying to grab something, and the site just dies. It grinds to a halt, and you're just staring at an error page. So frustrating.
So what's actually happening there? Well, 9 times out of 10, it's a digital traffic jam. Picture a highway where every car on Earth is trying to get off at the same tiny exit, all at once. That's your website server. It's just totally overwhelmed. Okay, so how do you manage that kind of chaos? Simple. You bring in a traffic cop, and in the cloud, that traffic cop has a name, the load balancer.
So what is this thing exactly? Well, think of it like a really smart receptionist for your website. It sits out front, and as every visitor request comes in, it takes a quick look and says, okay, server number 3 looks free. You go there. Server number 1 is busy. Let's send the next person to server number 2. It just distributes the work evenly.
That traffic cop analogy is just perfect. It's standing at the intersection, looking at all the incoming cars and making sure no single road gets completely gridlocked. It keeps things flowing smoothly.
But this isn't just any traffic cop. This one has some serious superpowers. Let's get into the core advantages that make these things so absolutely essential.
First up, it keeps you online. We call this fault tolerance. If one of your servers suddenly decides to take a nap and goes offline, the load balancer sees it instantly and just stops sending traffic there. All visitors get routed to the healthy servers, and nobody even notices a problem. Second, it lets you grow. Expecting a huge spike in traffic? No problem. You can spin up a bunch of new servers, and the load balancer will immediately start sending them work. And third, it creates what we call sticky sessions. This is super clever. It makes sure that you, the user, keep talking to the same server during your visit. That's how your online shopping cart actually remembers what you put in it as you click from page to page.
But we're not done yet. These things are also performance and security workhorses. They can handle all the heavy lifting of encrypting and decrypting HTTPS traffic, which frees up your servers to do their actual jobs. They're also constantly running health checks, basically pinging each server to make sure it's alive and well before sending anyone its way. And maybe most importantly, they give you a single, secure front door to your entire application, which makes it way easier to defend.
Okay, so you're sold. You know you need one. But which one? To make this real, let's take a look at the options from the biggest cloud provider out there, Amazon Web Services, and their Elastic Load Balancing Service. AWS gives you a few different flavors. You've got the Application Load Balancer, or ALB. This one is smart. It works at what we call Layer 7, which means it can actually understand things like a URL. Perfect for modern websites. Then there's the Network Load Balancer, or NLB. It works at a lower level, Layer 4, and it is built for one thing: pure, face-melting speed. There's also a super specific gateway load balancer for security stuff. And the classic one? Yeah, it's deprecated. Let's just pretend we didn't see that one. Honestly, for almost everyone building something new today, the real decision is going to come down to just 2 of these: the Application Load Balancer and the Network Load Balancer. So the ALB, the Application Load Balancer, this is the brainy one. Because it's a Layer 7 device, it can literally read the request that a user sends. So if someone is trying to go to yourwebsite.com/images, the ALB is smart enough to send them directly to your image servers. If the request is for /API, it can send them to your API servers. It's making routing decisions based on the content. Pretty cool, right?
And then you have the Network Load Balancer. The NLB is just a beast. It's a total speed demon. We are talking millions of requests per second with incredibly low latency. This is the kind of power you need for things like online gaming or high-frequency stock trading, where every single millisecond counts.
Okay, I know what you might be thinking. This still seems a little complicated, but I promise you, for most situations, we can boil this whole thing down to a really simple choice.
Here it is. This is the whole ballgame. You pick the Application Load Balancer when you need that intelligence, when you need to make decisions based on the actual content of the request, like the URL path. And you pick the Network Load Balancer when you just need raw, unfiltered speed, crazy high performance, or if you need a static IP address that never ever changes.
So when you're designing your next big thing, that's the question you have to ask yourself. It really is that simple. Do I need routing intelligence, or do I need pure raw speed?
And that brings us right back to where we started, doesn't it? That Black Friday sale, that big product launch, that moment when the entire world decides to show up at your digital doorstep all at once. By picking the right load balancer, you're not just hoping for the best, you're architecting for success. So ask yourself, is your application really built for rush hour?